Hey Sneak Peekers, it's Gavin. I'm here at the world premiere of Omni Loop, the new movie directed by Bernardo Britto and starring Mary-Louise Parker.
So I know I've read in a previous interview that you've talked about how you like to take inspiration from a lot of sort of like unorthodox places, like video games or architecture.
Where'd you get that from?
Oh, I did my research. But I was curious if there was anything in this movie that, you know, was inspired by something that people might find surprising or sort of unorthodox.
For this movie specifically, I don't know. A lot of the ideas in this movie I've had for a really long time that I can't even really remember where they came from. I've wanted to make a movie with a black hole inside of someone for a really long time. I had the idea of time traveling pills for a really long time. I don't know. Recently I've been rewatching movies that I watched a lot in high school, and it's funny to rewatch those and be like, oh, I stole so much from this and I forgot. So like even things that are super different than this movie, like Park Chan-wook, like Old Boy and stuff like that. I was like, wow, I stole so much from this guy, and it's a totally different movie. But in terms of video games for this one, I don't know if there's video games in this one. Architecture for sure, the architecture of Miami and the brutalist buildings downtown. Mary-Louise.
She's arrived.
Okay, well, I'll let her do her thing. I'll shout out not Daniel Clowes. I will shout out Daniel Clowes, David Boring, but I'll shout out Chris Ware and Jimmy Corrigan, smartest kid in the universe, in the world. I'm getting all these titles wrong. But that's a comic book that was really influential to me when I was younger, and probably I haven't read it in a long time, but if I did, I'm sure there was a lot there that I took from this for this. I love stories that jump around in time, and that's one of those that sort of encompasses a whole life and the whole world in a very... It's a thick book. I was going to say a short amount of pages, but it's a thick book.
Tell us a little bit about your character, your role in the movie, and kind of what drew you to this project.
Yes, I play Adam, who helps Zoya, Mary-Louise Parker's character, realize what's truly important in life. That's all I'll say about it. I think what drew me to the project is Bernardo's incredible script. First of all, I read it and was moved. Then I'd also worked with our producer Ben Cohen on a previous project, and we worked great together, and I wanted to work with him again. And then when I heard Mary-Louise Parker and Io Debris were doing it, it was like a slam dunk. Like I had to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
Yes. I love Bernardo's work. We met a very long time ago in New York. I was in his first movie when I was like 21 or something, and he was even younger, way too young to be directing a feature. But he pulled it off. And then we sort of were on similar tracks as filmmakers, and we're at the same festivals multiple years in a row. And I've just always been a fan, and he gave me an opportunity to act again in a really like beautiful drama with my acting hero, and that's what drew me to it.
Just him, I thought he was so incredible, and I watched his short film, Hudson Beast, and I thought it was, I was calling everyone up and saying, you have to watch this, it's just so poetic, and
At some point,
and I had no idea how anyone would go about knowing how to do that. And then I spoke to him, and he was exactly everything that I would hope he would be from watching that movie. He was thoughtful and soulful, and we had like a 2-hour conversation, and I just wanted to work with him no matter what.
You've also had a bit of a background in animation.
Yes.
Are there any sort of like differences or similarities that you've noticed between the mediums that caught you off guard or challenged you?
Caught me off guard, not necessarily, but challenging always. I like to over-prepare. I did storyboards for pretty much the whole thing. If not storyboards, I had thumbnails. And then I would get to set and I would tell Mary-Louise, I was like, this is what we're going to do. Mary-Louise was like, no.
What?
Yeah. Well, you wanted everything to be... Okay.
Keep going.
No.
Just keep going.
And so I tried to work and as much as possible to have it not feel so rigid and structured and controlled like the animation stuff is, and allow Mary-Louise and Io to feel like they can actually act and be themselves and improvise if they need to be, and just sort of try to as much as possible. I'm so distracted. But yes. Did I answer the question?
Yeah,
okay?
no, for sure.
Somewhat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the weather is unpredictable. When I'm drawing, I don't have to worry about that stuff.
So was there any particular like memory or moment from filming and production that you found, particularly special?
Yeah. Actually, I had a great experience working with our costume designer, James Neon. When I flew in, we shot the film in Miami. First day I flew in, I had a fitting with her, and I showed up to her office, and it was filled with different shirts and pants and shoes. And I walked in, and she was like, "What do you think your character would wear?" And she just encouraged me to try on as many different options as I wanted, and really wanted me to pick the right thing. And I had never really worked with a costume designer in that deeply collaborative way before. That was like super inspiring, and I was just excited to like get on set.
Yes. Mary-Louise pitched an idea that our characters.
That was a great moment that I've heard. There was something that happened. I always forget
We were feeling like our characters needed another moment of connection, and so we got to just like play in the ocean, which was like, I love the ocean, I love Mary-Louise Parker, I got an extra scene. It was really quite
Perfect
special.
combo. Yeah. What do you hope audiences are going to take away from this one?
Yeah, I hope. I just hope they really like it. I hope they're moved, entertained. Yeah, I just think it's a movie about time and how we value our time, and I guess I hope the movie makes people think about how we can make the best of like the limited time that we have.
I hope that audiences feel inspired to really stay present with their own lives. I hope it cultivates a sense of like gratitude and excitement for audiences' lives.
And so my last question is, we are students, so what advice would you give to student filmmakers that want to make it in this industry?
It's a tough industry. It's a tough one. I don't know if you've heard that before. I would say to watch movies and to love movies and to care more about loving movies than loving the right movies, and to care more about loving movies than having the right opinions about movies, and watch old movies, watch new movies, and when you watch something that you like, love it with all your heart, tell other people about it, reach out to the people who made it and tell them it meant something to you, and make your own stuff and keep making stuff. It's all the same answers, right? It's always the same thing. It's just make your own stuff and keep making stuff. But let's see if I can have a specific good piece of advice. Try to put yourself in a position where you're not relying on others as much as possible. Try to do as much as you can. I'm listening to her answers.
Oh man, just keep going. Keep going no matter what. It's up and down always, but just stick to it. Keep making stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I would say make your own stuff. Just make stuff. That's what I did. Even if you don't have any money or whatever, like everyone, it seems like has an iPhone at this point. Like just make things with people you believe in, and then keep working with them.
Hey sneak peekers, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, drop a comment down below. If you haven't had enough of us, here's the next video.